Hey guys, you know the drill. 5 minutes. Can we do it? Now the last Faust video we went over, so I'll have to figure out the pacing a bit more. I can't be too quick, can't be too slow. We'll see how we go. So we are doing this week Can, a band that everybody should know or be aware of at some point. I think they're an amazing, important musical force. One of those bands where every member is supremely talented in their own way. You know, they're almost a super group of artists. Yeah, I think the stuff they had that run, you know, from basically from the beginning until the early, I think it was the late 70s, where things went a bit meh, for me anyway. Yeah, amazing artists, an amazing band. Can. Now, I remember once Fred Big Star 1000 said to me, Can are the musician's musician. A musician's musician, you know what I mean? Which I kind of agree with, I get that. So, in this case, there's 2 records that I probably would try and include somewhere in my top 5 that I don't have yet. The reason for that is because I would like to get specific pressings of them. That would be Future Days, which will probably be my #1 Can record, and obviously Monster Movie. Now these I'm about to show are all, they're Spoon German presses, and they're on a white label, and they all came out 10 years after the release of each record. And they all sound really amazing, and they're quite affordable still to get. Like, you can pay reasonable prices for them. So all these are basically of that same thing, 10 years after the fact, all the white label, all German. So you know, I want to get the same pressings for Future Days and Monster Movie. But anyway, to get into it, where do we start? These aren't in a specific order this time, I'm not doing a countdown. But yeah, Can Delay, this obviously came out in 1968 and was released, I think, 78, something like that. Maybe it was a bit later than that even. Obviously, this being an early Can record, it definitely has a more rock feel, or it's definitely more urgent and powerful and muscular sounding. Definitely has a really good punch to it. Check out the track 19th Century Man. There's definitely a bit of angst in this, really fantastic. This has Malcolm Mooney on the drums versus on the drums, on the vocals, instead of Damo Suzuki. Yeah, there you go, fantastic. We're going to move up to soundtracks. A fantastic record again. The track to check out here is Mother Sky. It's an absolutely 14-minute building massive track. It was featured on a movie called Deep End, which I didn't know about. Is this the thing where they did it for not real movies? I'm really getting confused. We don't have time for confusion. We're moving on. Alright. Iconic, amazing. This record is just, yeah, it's probably the best place to start with Can for me. Check out Vitamin C, I'm So Green, the track Sing Swan Song, which was sampled by Kanye West on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which I know inside out, and I knew, the song's called Drunk and Hot Girls, and I knew that song before I knew it was from Can. So when I eventually heard this, I was like, wow, that's where you got it from. Anyway, amazing, iconic artwork, wonderful. This one is a very underrated record. I think this is an amazing record, Soon Over Babaluma. Almost has hints of reggae going on in certain parts on here. Absolutely wonderful. Doesn't get talked about enough, obviously. A bit later on, look at these dudes. A minute left. Okay. Time for a sip of coffee and slow it down a bit. Now, I'm sure you can guess what the last one is. This one here. It's the first Can I really heard and got into properly. Hallelujah blew my mind when I heard it. This is again the same thing, where it's reissued on a Spoon white label, 2 LP. Absolutely wonderful. I tend to find this one a lot deeper than other ones because I kind of forget what happens on the second record. Check out yeah, Bring Me a Coffee or Tea. I'm just smiling thinking about it. Tago Mago, yeah, really wonderful. Please check it out. So there we go, that's Can. Those 2 I mentioned before, I should just buy them. online because they're not crazy, and I really should just get them. So I think I will. I think I'll focus on that. Anyway, thank you. We made it. 5 minutes. Cheers.